Hello, have you heard of the 4-7-8 breathing technique for relaxation? Many of you will have, but if you haven't, let me teach it to you now because it's really useful in day-to-day life. Basically, the 4-7-8 breathing technique is useful in situations of stress, anxiety, fear. It can help you sleep. And it's also great for, those times when you get that little belly wobble of nerves. Do this technique and it helps settle and center you. Now, how the breathing technique works is basically this. You breathe in for a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 7, then breathe out, making a blowing or a whooshing noise for a count of 8. And you breathe out through the mouth. So in through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. So it's a kind of circular movement. It comes from a yogic tradition, but I'm not a yoga expert, so I won't talk about that. Although I have been taught that the best way to do this exercise is to place your tongue in a yogic position, which is the tip of the tongue behind your front teeth, like that. So you'll notice when you blow out through your mouth, you're kind of blowing out around your tongue. Sometimes I have my tongue in the correct position, sometimes I don't. The physiological effects of deep breathing seem to occur either way, but I just thought I'd mention the options for you. So let's do the breathing technique. I'll close my eyes because it helps me count silently and mentally, but you'll get an idea of what it looks like. Something like this. Obviously, you don't need to use the hands. I was kind of doing that to give you a sense of the breathing in and breathing out. I might have lost my counting a bit there, but you get the idea. When you do this technique, you'll find, for example, say you are feeling anxious because you're just about to go on stage to make a presentation to, I don't know, work colleagues or something, and you're feeling that distracting nervousness, your tummy fluttering is going on, your heart is beating, you really would just rather run out of the room. When you get those sensations, do the exercise. If you repeat it for up to 4 times, but even if you just do it once, you'll feel the effects almost immediately. You will, having done the deep breath, you'll feel more centered. Your heartbeat reduces. This is a physiological effect of deep breathing. It's just what happens. And you'll feel much calmer. It puts you in a much better place to step forward and do what you've got to do. Now, this technique can be useful in lots of scenarios, not just those for when you're feeling nervous. I would teach it to my clients who are suffering with social anxiety, fear, shyness. I would also instruct it for my clients who are struggling with getting to sleep at night. Very often, if you repeat this 5, 6 times before you go to sleep, you'll find that you'll go to sleep much more easily. So it's really a useful tool. You can even use it if you're currently on a self-development program, be it, you want to lose weight, or you want to get into a routine. Use the technique during those moments just before you're about to have that second helping of dinner, or moments just before you're about to switch off the alarm and go back to sleep for half an hour, rather than get up and go out and do your exercises. And you can do it in public in a much more subtle form. I do this, and you probably see during the Olympics a lot of the athletes doing some version of this before an event, and it looks something like this. Although it's much more subtle than the demonstration I gave, it works just as well, in my opinion. It's just a tip. It's a great life hack. Try it, practice it, because like all things, the more you practice, the better you get at it. Enjoy.